At the end of an unprecedented season, and still in the middle of the coronavirus pandemic, it's clearly impossible for us to have our usual end-of-season awards presentation evening or the AGM in a month's time. But there's far too much to celebrate about Lindum Cricket Club in 2020 for us to not do something, and that's the purpose of this video. This year we've been reminded that it's a privilege to play cricket. As the pandemic hit the UK and lockdown was enforced in March, suddenly so many of us longed for those aspects of normal life that had been taken away from us. I think it's fair to say that most people now feel a deal more grateful for the things that we have previously taken for granted. So we must be thankful to those outside of our club who have made the game possible this year more than ever. The ECB and Lincolnshire Cricket, the league administrators, umpires and scorers, opposition clubs, supporters and cricket fans who come to watch. The build-up to the 2020 season was an exciting one for Lindum CC. Plans are afoot for a new investment in our facilities, and success over recent years had attracted new players to the club at all levels, junior and senior. The social media guys had done a great job in promoting this, and as we watched new signings, returning players and player sponsors unveiled online. Even Rod Stewart made an appearance. Who knows, he may yet make another. However, as the season drew near, so did the pandemic, and indoor winter training, which had been innovative, productive, well run and better attended than ever before, was cancelled. Spring arrived, yet Lindum Cricket Ground remained shut, save for the dog walkers on their permitted daily exercise. This is where the hard work began. Normally, cricket clubs run themselves to a degree. The same things happen at the same time every year. People know their roles and they get on with it. But this year is to be different. It is usual that I would thank our committee at the end of the season, but again this year is different. Our chairman, Nick, was suffering with some poor health and had to shield. But everyone stood up and rallied around. Meetings have been exclusively online, more frequent and longer than ever before, as we navigated the situation carefully and thoroughly. Each and every committee member has been more heavily involved than ever before, and my personal thanks go to all of you. We couldn't have done it without you, and Lindum Cricket Club is where it is today because of you. Thank you. During the first lockdown period, and after being placed on furlough, Dan Taylor and Carl Stubbs, along with joinery work from Harry Wells, made use of their spare time by decorating the changing rooms. The home dressing rooms both underwent a complete makeover. Old store cupboard was ripped out, a new paint job from top to bottom, and extra benches and shelving were installed, not to mention a fantastic club crest expertly added to the wall by Beth Alford. Unfortunately, however, it didn't get used in 2020, but we look forward to using it in 2021. Throughout the season, we've managed to achieve all of the following in line with government and ECB guidance, safely and securely. Regular communication with members, secured grant funding to support the club as a result of lost income due to COVID, promoted mental well-being to all members, hosted online training drills and workbooks to complete at home, opened and practice nets safely for both juniors and seniors, commenced small group training for both juniors and seniors, online quiz raising money for charity, organised trial and practice matches for both juniors and seniors, fulfilled fixtures for both juniors and seniors, organised and completed a fundraising challenge event, Chase the Sun, which raised over £7,500 for our charity partners, St Barnabas, Hospice and Mind, completed a fortnight-long junior cricket summer camp, and pioneered an online streaming of live club cricket through Frogbox and TNF. This has been all down to the efforts of the committee and the members, but particular thanks must go to those people who've taken a lead on certain aspects. Matt Pickering and John Alford for leading getting the nets open, Rob Cook, club and first team captain, for his work on the field and off the field in leading senior sides, organising training and on match days. Will Wright in his first year as junior chairman and coach, for his work on and off the field in leading junior club, organising training, match days and the online content of junior cricket summer camp. James Kempson, treasurer, for his work on the accounts and for being ever present, ever helpful and stringently enforcing our COVID procedures throughout the season. The club have received high praise from a variety of sources over our approach, response and success throughout this season, and deservedly so. I firmly believe that as a club we've done all that we can, as soon as we can, safely and carefully throughout this season. I also believe that the approach has paid off and has been reflected in every aspect of the club. Increased numbers in participation, enjoyment in training and playing, unprecedented success on the field, social media and online involvement, future and financial planning. This is reflected in the club and various individuals being nominated for awards. The club has been nominated for Active Club Award at the Lincolnshire Sports and Physical Activity Awards, Will Wright for Proactive Leadership in the Cricket Community, and Will Taylor and Carl Stubbs in the Raise the Bat category, both at the Lincolnshire Oscars. As if 2020 hadn't been hard enough, and just when we could see the end of the season in sight, Schaefer bugs arrived. They've ravaged the outfield, and the birds that prey on them have destroyed the outfield further. Thanks to Quinn, Chris, and all of the other volunteers who helped to repatch the outfield back up and repair it game by game, we hope that the outfield will be back to full condition for next season.
Lady running down to the riptide, taking away to the dark side. I wanna be your left hand man, and I love you when you're singing that song. And I got a lump in my throat, 'cause you're gonna sing the words wrong. Lady running down to the riptide, taking away to the dark side. I wanna be your left hand man, and I love you when you're singing that song. And I got a lump in my throat, 'cause you're gonna sing the words wrong. You're gonna sing the words wrong. You're gonna sing the words wrong. Up today with this feeling, the better things are coming my way. And if the sunshine has a meaning, telling me not to let things get in my way. When the rainy days are dying, gotta keep on trying. All the bees and birds are flying. Never let go, gotta hold on in.
Lindham Cricket Club is stronger than before. We will do better than survive COVID, but there is still a way to go yet for us to remain sustainable. The coming seasons could well be difficult as COVID restrictions continue and financial support may diminish, but I believe that we are as well placed as any and better placed than most to survive and thrive in the coming seasons, thanks to our diverse committee and most importantly to you, our members. So thank you. Thank you for being part of and supporting Lindham Cricket Club this season, for paying your membership and your match fees, for coming to support and watch, for training, for playing, for volunteering, for bringing your children along, for following online, for being a part of it. Lindham Cricket Club is for you and because of you. So please watch and enjoy the end of season video. Please raise a glass, share it online, watch it twice more and be proud of your cricket club.
It's okay. Keep on moving.
Just like to say how proud I am this year to be Lindham Cricket Club's junior chairman. I'm so proud of the coaches and the committee who have enabled us to get back playing cricket, especially during these strange times. They've done an absolute outstanding job to provide cricket to the local community, and we are all very thankful for this. Second of all, I'm extremely proud of the players who have throughout the season shown great sportsmanship, who have also shown a great attitude to learn and a great resilience, and that has shown in how much progression all the juniors have made this year. It's been absolutely top draw and absolutely great to see. Lastly, I'd like to thank the parents. Without your trust in the cricket club, without your trust of us providing a safe and fun environment, then cricket wouldn't have gone ahead as well at Lindham Cricket Club. So thank you again for this year. It's been a great season and I'm already absolutely buzzing for next season to start. UTL.
Hiya, so quick summary of the under-9s this year. Just wanted to give a massive shout out to everybody that participated and played in the under-9s. You did absolutely fantastically, and it was great to see such a development as well from those very, very first sessions that we had all the way through to all those games that we were playing, taking all that learning and practicing onto the field. Batting improved, bowling improved, the fielding was fantastic, and we had some great results. We're obviously going to go for more teams next year, so when we transition to under-10s, we're going to have at least 2, maybe even 3 sides running next year, so we're going to have more game time as well, more opportunity to play. So really looking forward to that. Hopefully we'll get some winter nets in as well. I don't know the dates for that, I don't know where it'll be, but keep your eye on the Facebook page, because I'm sure that updates will come as and when it's appropriate and when we can actually all get together again. So have a great winter, practice as much as you can during the winter, and look forward to playing with you again in the springtime and really getting down to some hard coaching. So massive thanks to Will Wright and Dom for all the help that they did, all the helpers on a Friday night as well for participating, and obviously thanks to all the parents as well for bringing the kids down and taking them to the games.
Welcome to the Under-11 season review. This year was my first year as coach and certainly didn't play out as expected. It was great to see the boys back playing cricket in July. We had some net sessions, and we also managed to get some time on the pitch, and that's where we really focused on improving a variety of our match skills. That included running between the wickets, calling, backing up, and also looking at the importance of dot balls when we're bowling, and also when we're batting, trying to stop our opposition bowling dot balls. The first league game for us took place in August. We had 4 games. Really pleased to say that performances improved with each game, and in our last game, which took place in September, we actually secured our first win of the season. So that was just rewards for all the boys' hard efforts, and it was great to see. So really, just a few thanks from me. I'd just like to thank all the committee members, coaches who worked extremely hard to get the juniors back playing cricket in July. Thanks to all the parents who helped with various forms of monitoring. Thank you to Ian for scoring. Also thanks to Will, junior chairman, who was a big help to me in my first year as a coach. Lastly, thanks to all the boys. Well done this year. All the boys that played and trained with the under-11s. So that was Noah, Archie, Jack, Matthew, Will B, Will H, Thomas, Ronnie, James I, James T, Hector, Rowan, Joseph, Connor. We had 4 new starters as well later in the year. That was Harris, Mido, Luca and Oliver. So really great to see you all progressing this year. But most importantly, it's great to see you playing cricket and having lots of fun as well. So well done this year. Lots of talent there. And I'm really looking forward to seeing you progress further as we move into next year and under-13s. So exciting times ahead at Linden for the club and the juniors. And I'm looking forward to next season already. Fingers crossed that we'll get back to some form of normality then. So well done to all. We'll see you all soon. Thanks very much. Bye.
Hi everyone. Hope you're all well. My name is Nick and I manage the under-13s team. And as there'll be no presentation this year, I'd just like to take this opportunity to say 1 or 2 thank yous. This season was like no other, obviously. And the fact that we managed to play any cricket at all was remarkable, really. And this was down to a lot of hard work carried out, mostly behind the scenes by the guys on the committee, making sure that we were able to meet all the ECB requirements and rules for playing under COVID conditions. And as a result of all this work, we were able to offer net sessions and small group training and then eventually matches. So big thank you to all the guys behind the scenes. Next, so once we'd got the set of rules and guidelines, we then had to find volunteers to make sure that they were adhered to. So a big thank you to everyone that was involved with the less glamorous side of monitoring nets and gates and toilets. So thank you to everyone that did that, especially to the under-13s parents who were able to help out and make sure that the matches were able to go ahead. So big thank you to you guys. Also a thank you to Will and Tim and the parents that helped out on match days that I was unable to attend. Also, I think a big thank you should go out to Will Wright, who as junior chairman has done an awful lot of work throughout the season helping out all the different junior teams, so, and especially to me, so thank you, Will, for that. And I guess my final thanks goes to the under-13s, to all the players that turned out for training and matches. We had Jagdish and Jacob and Georgie, Danelle, Thomas, Will, Oliver, Poppy, Adam, Matthew, Noah, Lewis, Sufyan and Rehan. I think I've captured everyone. If I've missed anyone out, I apologise. But yes, thank you for your enthusiasm and for adapting to all the new rules that we had to do. This season was always going to be tricky because essentially we were an under-12s team playing in under-13s league. And although the results didn't go our way, there was an awful lot of brilliant individual performances. So hopefully that next season going forward we can turn these performances into team results. So that's it from me, I think. I guess no one knows what lies ahead, whether we're going to have winter nets or not, but keep looking out for Pitcheroo messages and updates to Facebook. Thanks and hope to see you soon. Bye.
So, under 15 season in a nutshell. Excellent season. Played 6, won 4, lost 2. Just about won us the league, that did. Under 15s is a massive step up from under 13s. Bigger ball, 22 yards, and the opposition always a lot hardened, banter, as everything else that goes with the game, much harder than under 13, and it's sort of a halfway stepping stone to playing senior games. Every game we played was a close, tight contest, and our lads did fantastic. We had a squad of 19, only had 2 under 15s, and 2 of them, one lad and one young lady who played Poppy, were under 13s, and the whole squad of 19 were an absolute credit to the club. Fantastic. So many individual performances. I don't like mentioning individuals, so I won't, but everybody knows how well they did, the whole team did, and number 11 on the team sheet is just as important as the opening batsman in my eyes, and everybody played a big part towards every game we played. And a massive thank you to the families of all the players. The mums and dads been absolutely superb this year, as they always are, but this year especially. Not a bit of hesitation about wanting to play. I was inundated with messages start of the season, can we play, when are we going to be able to net? You know, the kids are desperate to play some sport, make it happen, John. And we did. And net monitors, gate monitors, toilet monitors, people volunteered, and we was never in danger of not having enough people to help out. It just makes my life so much easier when I have such a supportive set as the families of the squad this year. So thank you all, but above all, a special thank you to the players who played for the Lindum Under-15s this year. It was an absolute joy coaching, managing and being part of our select unit. Well done. Just hope 2021 is a longer season and we enjoy it as much as the short season we have this year. Thank you.
Like the desert smells sunny, and I miss you, yeah.
Hello everyone. Right, how do I sum the first team up this year? Firstly, a huge thank you to everyone who's played. A massive thank you to the volunteers that have helped, the toilet monitors, the gate monitors, net monitors for training, everyone who's helped do something. Thank you so much, it means a lot. Also thank you to the other captains that have helped during this year. It's not been easy, but we've done a great job. And also thank you to the spectators that have come to watch us home and away, mainly without a club room. to go into and enjoy the bar and things like that. Thank you for coming to watch. So this season, an unbeaten season, league winners for the first time in the ECB, and the word that I used every week in our huddle was being ruthless. Want to win, be the one who wins the game. Don't let anyone else do it. And this year we have been ruthless. It's shown, and we have the trophy to prove it. So on to the awards. Batting, no real surprise, to be honest. This guy's been incredible. As we all could maybe guess, it is Will Wright. What a season he's had. 479 runs in 9 games, but with 8 innings. A high score of 105, 450s, 100, and an average of 95.8. Pure Bradman-esque. No doubt he'll win the batting award for the league as well. He's been exceptional all year. So Will, well done, mate. More the same, please, next year. Right, onto the bowling. Well, maybe I've bowled myself too much, I don't know. I might have to look at the overs I bowled, but I have won the bowling. 13 wickets, an economy rate of 3.9 with an average of 12.38. Some of my teammates may say that I've brought myself onto bowl at the right time to get wickets, who knows. There you go, I've won the bowling. On to the fielding. A little bit tricky this one actually. Outfield catches, I think myself and Aaron took 5, and Andy took 4. But this year, the fielding award goes to Carl Stubbs, not only for his ability with the gloves, but also the way he's driven us in the field. It's been exceptional. I think Carl finished 2nd in the league for dismissals. He took 13 catches and 1 stumping. He's been exceptional for us this year. He slotted him straight away. Couldn't ask for any more. So Carl, you've won the fielding award. Well done, mate. Finally, the captain's award. I think last year this went to Bish for what the services he did for this club and for the first team over the years. This year the award goes to Will Wright. He's been incredible. His drive that he's had, the willingness to train and how hard he trains, he sets a standard. He makes people think, I need to train more because of him, because he's always in the nets, he's always working on his game. He's opened the bowling for me, he's opened the batting all year, he's done whatever we've asked of him, and he's done it so well. We asked at the start of the year to set the game up with the bat through, set it up so we can score runs again, and he's done it. And you just look at his stats, to average 95.8 this year, he is exceptional. Not what else he does with the juniors as well is incredible. But for me, the captain's award this year goes to you, Will. You have been so good, mate. Well done. Thank you, everyone. League winners.
Hello, everyone. Hope we're all doing well and staying safe during all these weird, strange times. Well, what an interesting season it's been. Back in April, I thought that the season was all but lost. There was going to be no cricket at all, and I'll be honest, I was pretty deflated at that thought, having none of that. However, here I am now for another fantastic mini season for the club, and that was no different for the Twos. We went unbeaten in the league all season, progressing to the semi-final beginning of September against Caister at Caister. Unfortunately, the batting unit let us down in that game. We only managed to post 60 on a bit of a minefield at Caister. However, we went out as a bowling unit, showed real character and bowled extremely well. And Caister, it took them 30 overs to knock off our 60 runs. I couldn't fault the lads in that semi-final. Very vocal in the field and really put the pressure on against Caister. And I honestly think another 20 runs we'd been walking off going into the final. However, it wasn't to be. And I'll move on to the awards, and I've got to keep it short and sweet in the video. Batting award goes to Aidan Lockwood this year. Every game Aidan played, he always got us off to a start. He didn't have one single figure score apart from in the semi-final, but in all of the league games he batted with maturity, batted to the game situation. I honestly couldn't fault him. Total of 161 runs at an average of 26.8. Well done, mate, fantastic. Bowling award goes to Dan Taylor, my vice captain. Even with his glass back, straw shoulder and paper knees, he still managed to get 38 overs out of him, uninjured all season. He bagged 6 wickets, an average of 15.4, and a best mention is economy, because you'll get upset if I don't mention that. Economy of 2.03, which was brilliant. I'll take this opportunity to thank Dan for everything he's done for me as vice captain this year. With me not being Lincoln based, he's made my life a lot easier, going down to the ground early, getting the ground ready with all the COVID signs, and doing inspections of the wicket, etc. for me. So thank you very much, mate, really appreciate it. Field of the year goes to Ewan Pickering behind the stumps. Ewan has been a great addition to the twos this year. That was one of our worries with Jack not coming over from Australia, who was going to be behind the stumps, and Ewan's come into the twos. He's been faultless all year, taking all the catches that have gone to him, etc. It was really good to have him part of the team. So Ewan, well done buddy, Field of the Year. Captain's Award goes to Gautam this year. Gautam's been an absolute pleasure to skipper. As a young man, he's turned up to training every week, sometimes 2 times a week. He listened to everything I asked of him, everything I said to try and improve his bowling, and his leg spin has come on leaps and bounds in just this season alone. Like I said, it's been a pleasure to skipper, and I'm really looking forward to working with him next year. Gautam, well done and keep it up. Overall, a fantastic season for the twos. Getting to the semi-final, I think we'd have all taken that at the beginning of the year, and I'm really looking forward to 2021 up the Lindham.
2020 season report for the mighty third team. Third team had a very truncated season. The Lincolnshire League, in their wisdom, decided not to organise any fixtures for the third teams, and we were left to organise our own friendly fixtures. We were further hampered by the university deciding that they were not prepared to open the Barracks cricket ground, despite initially saying that it was okay. All these complications led to us only having 6 friendly fixtures and using the West Common as our home ground on 2 occasions. It did offer a good opportunity for some of the junior members to play adult cricket as well as some of the more senior players. We won 2 and lost 4 of our fixtures. Our season started with a very friendly fixture against Revesby, where Will Henson scored an excellent unbeaten 50 on his senior debut. Lewis Coop and Joe Thompson batted well in the game against Hartsholme, and Edward Barnes-Heath bowled accurately and picked up 2 wickets. Zach and Gautam picked up 7 wickets between them against Netlham on the West Common, but we found chasing a large total on a tricky wicket beyond us. We did bat better, chasing 242 when we played Netlham at their place, with Harry Lewis, Lewis Coop and Lewis Lovegrove, that's a lot of Lewises, all batting well and achieving a total of almost 200. George Bingham had been the star with the ball, getting 3 wickets. Tom Marshall, Jordan Peters and Sam Nuttall picked up wickets against Cherry Willingham on the West Common, and if their umpire knew an LBW when he saw one, we would have won that game too. We did win our last match against Hartsholme again, but were boosted by the addition of Angus, Ozzy, Dewey and Ollie, so quite a strong third team. Thanks to all those who played, umpired and scored, particularly Wes and Sri, and let's hope for a longer and more memorable season in 2021.
Fight the break on dawn, come.
Hi everyone, just a quick review from me for the Sunday First 11 this year. I'll touch on the cricket and the awards in just a second, but first and foremost just want to say a massive thank you to everybody who made cricket possible really this year, because obviously in the current climate and the circumstances we find ourselves in, it's been a tough year, but when we did get the green light from the government, I think the way the club responded is something we should all be very proud of. You know, all the hours on Zoom, you know, committee members, the hours that we put in on Zoom, all of the monitoring of the nets, the toilets, the car park, all those things contributed and culminated in us actually having a season. And without those contributions, we wouldn't have had one. So thank you very much. Onto the cricket side of things, we had another successful season. We won the league again for the 5th year in a row, and the 7th time in 8 years. And whilst we kind of continue to dominate that division, it does still really provide that really solid platform for our juniors to go and establish themselves in senior cricket. Not just turning up and playing, but turning up and contributing heavily and affecting the outcome of games. So that was really pleasing to see. And an example of that was actually my highlight of the season for the Sunday first team, and throwing the ball to Tom at Billingborough, and not doubting his ability in any way, shape or form, but it certainly took us by surprise how quickly he took his first 5 for in senior cricket. To take 5 for 9 in 15 balls was really something special, and I'm glad Julia and Ian were there to witness it, and it's a real testament really to how hard he's been working. So well done, Tom. I'm sure it's the first of many in Lindham colours. On to the awards this year. The batting award goes to Will Taylor. 4 innings, 189 runs, high score of 103, an average of 47.25. Well done, mate. You are the winner of the batting award. The bowling award this year goes to Pranav. 32.1 overs, 13 wickets for 119 runs, an average of 9.15, and best figures of 4 for 27. Well done, Pranav. You're this year's winner of the bowling award. It's also worth just pointing out that normally we kind of look at the progression of juniors on a year-on-year basis, but this year certainly felt like it was week on week with Pranav. His love for the game is infectious. He knows more about the game than most of the seniors put together, and I'm sure that just stands him in great stead for continuing his vein of form into next year. My captain's award this year goes to Ross Woolley, new member of the club this year, who's been an absolute pleasure to have around. He's contributed with the ball as well, with 11 wickets, including a 5 at fullback. He's been really transparent with his availability for training and matches, which is captain's dream really. And hopefully next year we'll get to see a little bit more of him on Saturdays as well. So well done, Ross. You have won the captain's award this year.
You go this time.
It's been great to get some cricket on, and great for the academy to be able to play this year and win half their games and finish 4th in a division of 8 very competitive sides, so well done. I'd like to give a big thank you to everyone who's helped get the games on, toilet monitors, gate monitors, those who've helped with scoring and getting things ready on match day. Simply could not have got games on without your help, so a huge thank you. And to all the players who've made themselves available to play during these difficult times, thank you. To Sam, Oscar, Pranav, Zach, Gautam, Tom, Oliver, Harry, Ed, Alex, Poppy, Joe, I hope you've really enjoyed being able to play some cricket this year. In terms of the awards for this year, I'm basing it on sort of performances that for one reason or another have stood out to me during the course of this season. In terms of the batting, that's not been too difficult really. The last game of the season, it was a joy to see a young player score their first century for the club. It's always good to see a century scored, and even better when it's a junior scoring their first one. So my batting award goes to Joe. In terms of the bowling award, there was a performance that stood out to me against Bracebridge. A very high scoring, closely fought, competitive game that actually went close to the wire, and a bowling performance that I think helped turn that was one that took 5 wickets for 37 runs off 10 overs, and that's Zach. My captain's award goes to someone playing their first season here, a great influence both on and off the pitch with the academy, and took 7 wickets, joint highest, and a batting average of 52.5 with a highest score of 64 not out. My captain's award goes to Chris George.
Hello, it is my privilege to award both the Man of the Match and Critics Corner trophies. Man of the Match nominations were earned as follows. First, away to Market Deeping, where Will Wright, 46 not out and 22 for 23, and Aaron Onion, 35 and 3 for 28, jointly helped Lyndon to win by 7 wickets. At Louth, my Man of the Match nomination went to wicketkeeper batsman Carl Stubbs, who top scored with 35 and took 5 catches in the 97-run victory. Against Bracewood Heath, Will Wright with 105 and Rob Cook, 51 not out, took the plaudits as Lyndon won by 44 runs. Pierce Morley Barnes took centre stage against Bourne, scoring 107, adding 181 for the first wicket with Will Wright, who scored 62, so both are added to the Man of the Match totals. Batting first against Woodall Spa, and a second wicket stand of 138 between Will Wright, who finished 90 not out, and Aaron Onion, 78, helped Lyndon to win by 26 runs. In the next match, Boston batted first and were all out 143. Will Wright's 3 for 26 was the best bowling performance on the day, earned him another Man of the Match award. In the semi-final, a third wicket stand of 154 between Will Wright, 57, and Rob Cook, who finished on 107 not out, set up the win by 55 runs. And so to the final, and in a relatively low-scoring match, Lyndon batted first, but after 28 overs were 132 for 7, in danger of not batting out their overs, with only Aaron Onion's 51 worthy of note. In came Pranav Pathula, who added 23 with Tom Lindsay and 22 with Ted Horner-Timmins, set a target of 177 for 8. Pranav himself finished on 28 not out. Another excellent fielding and bowling performance restricted Grantham to 131. I've added the Umpire's Man of the Match award to my tally for Pranav's important runs and also 2 key wickets. So the Man of the Match totals for the season were 1 each for Pierce Morley Barnes, Carl Stubbs, Pranav Pathula, 2 for Rob Cook, 3 for Aaron Onion, but the worthy winner this year, with 6 nominations, is Will Wright. Critics' Corner Prize goes to anyone in the club, player or non-player, who has made a difference. This year has been a challenging year because of COVID, and the committee continued to meet throughout the lockdown, albeit via Zoom. This was made possible by Sri Iyer, who also put a lot of work into producing the UTL magazine, plus lots of other technical things behind the scenes, so he received the Critics' Corner Award.
2020 has been a remarkable year, and as such we've had lots of nominations for the Club Awards. The Rob Lunn Young Player of the Year Award. We received a nomination for Joe Thompson, who scored his maiden senior century this season, but the winner is Pranav Pathula, who had an outstanding season throughout all of the senior teams, not least playing a significant role in the first 11 and securing Man of the Match in the first 11 final. We received nominations for the Outstanding Achievement Award for Rob Cook, the first 11 for their title-winning season, and Pranav Pathula. But the winners are Will Taylor and Carl Stubbs for their remarkable achievement in cycling around the county as part of the Chase the Sun Challenge. The Harry Powder Memorial Trophy is awarded to a member who has made a significant contribution and come through the ranks of the club. We received nomination for Aidan Lockwood and his efforts in contributing to Junior Cricket Week, but the winner is Will Wright. In his first year as junior chairman, there is very little that Will could have done more to support the Junior Cricket Club and the Senior Cricket Club throughout a remarkably difficult season. Will's made great strides, and we know that this award will make Harry Bowger very happy. Clubman of the Year. We received nominations for Julia Marshall, Sri Iyer, Will Taylor and Will Wright. But the winner is James Kempton. In his first year as Treasurer, James has ably marshalled our accounts, but has also been ever present and ever helpful in ensuring that our COVID policies are correctly and stringently enforced and implemented.
Feels right. The music
That would be the clubhouse on a Saturday night after a game.
Making some teas and having a drink after the game.
I miss the atmosphere around the place.
It was just being out and playing cricket with my mates.
I miss the changing rooms and not being able to sit in my whites with a beer after a game.
Not being able to coach our juniors.
Shower beers, shower bounce, Jack McLagan.
It's the change room banter and the clubhouse this year.
Miss, rocking up on a Saturday, going to training, even Saturday after the game, just having drinks with everyone.
I absolutely missed after the game, getting in the shower with a beer and just chatting with the lads.
It's just making my debut.
Just socialising up at the club and the banter that goes with it.
Just spending weekends up at the club like we normally do over summer, spending time with your mates and trying to play cricket.
I miss just being at the Linden.
Richard Bishop.
Definitely doing the teas.
Definitely miss post-match antics, especially the changing rooms.
Cricket.
The amazing changing room atmosphere.
Is really just being able to totally relax and chill out with the bar open at the Linden and catch up with friends.
Definitely the members and socialising down at the Linden.
Not being able to meet any of the new guys at this amazing club that I've joined.
Seeing the club bounce back in the best possible way. Juniors, seniors, all members involved, and especially the first team winning the league. It only took me to retire for them to do it.
Playing again, playing with all your mates.
Being part of the committee and bringing so much together in such a short time under such restrictions.
That feeling of unity across all sides in the club.
Just playing cricket, I think. At one point, it didn't look like we were going to bowl a ball, so it was just really enjoyable to get back out there.
Definitely watching Wyndham on the live streams all the way from Australia. That's pretty cool.
Without a shadow of a doubt, the junior games this year, waited so long, didn't think we'd get any games. When we did, we had 6 fantastic games.
Just been around a group of mates and being able to play cricket.
Really enjoyed coaching the under-9s this year.
Oh, it's definitely been back at the Linden and seeing some familiar faces.
I've enjoyed the laughs and jokes we've shared on and off the pitch, not only as a team but as a club as a whole. There was also quite a good cycle ride in there from Will and Stubbsy as well.
Get to watch the boys play on YouTube. I thought that was really good.
Actually being able to play when I didn't think we would be.
Just the fact that cricket's always the winner.
Having something to look forward to after sitting my pants all week.
It was just being out and playing cricket, and I'm very grateful for that.
Seeing so many juniors again transition from junior cricket into senior cricket.
Seeing all the hard work everyone put in behind the scenes to make the season happen actually pay off.
It was getting the game on. It's a bit of a cliche, but when we played Waddow away on the 1st of August, that was my first game of the season. And at the first sanitising break, I was sat there rubbing my hands as you do. And I sort of stood back and looked at all the players and the opposition and thought this was all worth it.
It's just the fact that we were able to get cricket on and get it played in a safe but enjoyable way.
I really enjoyed nobody being allowed to come near me.
How successful the club has been as a whole.
Very pleasant side to you, a side I much prefer. It's one that
Definitely to be grateful for your health and to not take the outdoors and the fresh air for granted.
I've learned that many of the things that we take for granted in life are actually a privilege, and I've learned that teamwork really does make it happen.
That we have the best club.
I've learned to relax and focus on playing for enjoyment rather than just for performance.
That life's too short and that we take it for granted too much.
I think that there's always a way to overcome any obstacle.
Friendship is everything.
I learn not to take cricket for granted. I learn not to take life for granted and to check up on those people that you care about the most.
Personally, I've learned that there's always room for improvement, whether that's on the cricket field or just in life in general. Learning from my mistakes and also not taking sport and cricket in particular for granted.
Just enjoy yourself and be happy, because you don't know what's around the corner.
I've learned that teamwork is everything. Seeing how the individuals that came together as the under-9s and then developed as a team, they're going to take those skills and that learning throughout their life, and it's just a great learning experience. So really seeing how that develops.
From a cricketing perspective, is just to enjoy the game and play cricket for the reasons why I first fell in love with cricket.
I've learned to get a better grip on technology.
This year I've learned how lucky I've been. The Corona is something best served in a bottle with a lime wedge.
When this club pulls together all in the same direction, it can achieve huge things.
Not to take life as we know it for granted.
The advantages and disadvantages of virtual communications.
To make every opportunity count.
Just how important sport is in our lives.
I've learned that Lindham is like no club I've ever been at before. The togetherness, right from juniors all the way through to seniors, it's amazing.
Special people change, how many lives are living strange.
Definitely watching Lindham beat Grantham in the final and seeing Carl Stubbs move from Bracebridge.
A highlight for me, I've got two. First of which has to be obviously winning the league. A lot of hard work on and off the field's gone on over a long period of time to make that happen, and for it to culminate with my brother taking the winning catch was special to me and our family.
Seeing the ones win the league on YouTube, Will and Carl with the Chase the Sun challenge, and the success of the Junior Cricket Weeks run by Will.
Two things really. I think obviously seeing the first team win the league, not just because they won the league, but because it was a culmination of a whole club effort over many years. Juniors who've come through to fulfil places in that side, and juniors who starred on the day, but also Chase the Sun. I thought it was a fantastic event for a couple of great causes and a real community feel to how the event ran on the day, and what still an effort from the two boys on the bikes in all weather conditions.
Two things: the ones winning the league against Grantham and the Chase the Sun. What an amazing day, so many people, so much good stuff.
For me, it was actually the first training session that we had after lockdown. It had been a few months since we'd all seen each other properly in person, and it was nice after the session just to sit around on the outfield on a nice sunny evening, have a drink and just chat for the first time in months.
Well, winning the league for me is obviously brilliant. First season, absolutely delighted with that, and obviously off the field, so proud of what Will and I achieved with the Chase the Sun challenge, which wasn't so much chasing a sun.
It's got to be the first team winning the ECB League.
First 11 winning their maiden Premier League title.
Well, it's going to be hard to beat, being the Lincolnshire ECB Premier League champions, an unbeaten season, and unbeaten in my entire career as a Lindham player.
Harris runs into bowl, gets whacked off his legs, and from fine leg I'm like, that is going straight down Will Tennis Road, and then we win the league.
Two things: watching Carl and Will complete the Chase the Sun, and of course winning the league.
And my other highlight is when Carl and Will came through the gate after the Chase the Sun day, to be greeted by 100 people back at the club in pouring rain, after the day they'd had, after the weather that they'd been through. For me, that was just what we are all about, and the club ethos really shone through that day.
Obviously the boys, the first 11 boys winning the granny, that was pretty special. Also a massive shout out to the twos for getting to the finals. I think as a whole unit the club did exceptionally well.
Massive highlight for me this year was seeing the first 11 lift the league trophy. It's been something that's eluded the club for a long period of time now, and seeing how Rob Cook shaped and moulded that team and bring the trophy home was absolutely fantastic. So massive congratulations to everybody that participated in the club this year.
Seeing the firsts win the Prem, that was a huge achievement and great.
Being picked for the Saturday first and getting my FIFA for the Sunday first.
My overall highlight was being there to witness the first team win their maiden ECB league title.
It was the winning catch moment to win the final, which was absolutely fantastic.
Winning the league at the end of the season, what a day that was. UTL.
Definitely seeing the first 11 win the Premier League.
One's winning the league, Stubbs's and Will's chase the sun.
The first team winning the ECB Premier League for the very first time.
And the last game of the season to see Joe score his century, it's always a huge thing when a junior scores their first century. It was great to see.
The final was really the icing on the cake before the cherry on the cake, seeing Tails take the catch.